Okay, let's see here. If I I asked somebody to summarize this for me, and if I don't have notes for this, I'm just gonna have to skip over it shamefully and be like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, here we go. Amberlynn's ex-girlfriend Emily has sent a reaction channel text messages, like 60 of them, I want to say. They're all numbered, so let's see. They go all the way up to, I'm like really pushing it. How many attachments I can get this fucking thing to load in time. I want to say they go all the way up to like 60. And these recount a bunch of stories of abuse between Amberlynn and Emily. Amberlynn confined her to a room. Well, Emily was sleeping. Amber came into her room to fight. Emily wanted to leave, but Amber was standing in the way. Which, sorry, Newsham, you don't need to see this. I know Newsham, he's never said this before, but he really hates the girl locale stuff, and he doesn't really give a shit. He's a man's man. He's the kind of ham that likes to eat chippies and watch football. Okay, he's not the type of ham to watch girly stuff. Okay, he doesn't give a shit about that. So he does. Newsham likes some of the sector stuff. He likes the Ralph stuff. That's his favorite. So Amberlynn's 700 pounds, not easy to push out of the way. Amberlynn was blocking the door. Emily tried to push past, but that was a mistake. The kinetic force required to move Amberlynn is immense, but Amberlynn has the muscles required to move it herself, so she is quite strong indeed. And she pushed Emily to the ground. Amberlynn tried to claim that Emily fell because she tripped on a blanket, and then accidentally grabbed Emily's arm. And this was all very traumatic because Emily was held at gunpoint by an ex-girlfriend who didn't let her leave. And Amber knew this. So she alleges that Amberlynn physically locked her into a room and blocked the way because an ex-girlfriend? Okay, listen. I have tried to white knight women, and in particular, the very unreliable article that alleged that lesbian couples experience the most domestic abuse of any kind of pairing. This Amberlynn shit is not fucking helping. Apparently, Emily's ex-girlfriend held her at gunpoint back in the day, okay? And Amberlynn knew this and knew that being confined would trigger her trauma because she was held in a room and trapped by her previous ex. And she exploited that to cyberbully her. There are text messages, all the text messages are Amberlynn complaining that Emily did not care about her feelings, and Emily telling her to shut up. Amberlynn allegedly Emily would go sit in her truck after work to get away from Amber and scroll fat girl porn on her phone. So, Emily would deliberately hide away from Amberlynn and get her fat girl fix somewhere else. There's a chance that anime sex Cope and Sneed and Emily are like star-crossed lovers. They've looked at the same materials together. Emily released the texts because Amberlynn did a live stream where she tried to show Emily was abusive because she called her bitch and cunt and showed out of context text messages. So Emily showed the full context, which is these 60 images that I'm not reading all the way through. There's a guy, by the way, he's so weird, and his name is Mr. Snowflake, and he exclusively does like girl gossip stuff, but he's like this really like well-groomed young man who's from Scotland, and he does like this really serious vibe where it's like he like chastises Amberlynn. He's like, so in the text, Emily says that she was physically abused by Amberlynn and that Amberlynn had pushed her to the ground, deliberately knowing that Emily had traumas with her past ex and her past ex having confined her in the space. But Amberlynn knew that, didn't you, Amberlynn? Because at heart, you're just a big bully. And it's like so weird because it's like he's like got like a narrator quality voice, and it's like such a quiet, subdued tone, very serious. And it's like he's very, very popular with the women because that's exactly the kind of true crime shit that they like. Okay, but it's just weird because it's he's just like super embroiled in the girl locale stuff. And whenever I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about how Mr. Snowflake would present it like, yes, indeed, it's quite serious, quite traumatic indeed, but Amberlynn intended that way because she's a petty narcissist. Is super Scottish way of talking. Quite gentlemanly for a Scottish. They like any straight man. Well, I don't know. I don't know the sordid details of Mr. Snowflake. Is there a Mr. Snowflake? Mr. Snowflake? Both Emily and Amber are horrible to each other and clearly had a toxic relationship, while Amberlynn pretends outwards it was the most gentle love she has ever felt. The texts include more proof that Amberlynn let Rarity, the cat, out because she mentions it to Emily during a fight in order to make her come home to help her look for Rarity. It is likely a plan to manipulate Emily to have an excuse to stay with her in Oklahoma. That has always been the conspiracy. That Amberlynn, like, she announced that she was having an issue and she'd be coming back to Oklahoma, and then the cat disappears. And everyone's like, did you, like, kill the cat so you could stay in Wisconsin or whatever the fuck and look for this cat forever? Which is like the plot. That's like the plot of a bunch of different movies where it's like they want to move on, but they can't because they have to look for somebody. It's like the entire plot of season 2 of The Walking Dead. They're looking for that little girl who's dead in the barn the entire time. Rarity's zombie. Rarity's a zombie cat, and she's locked in the barn. And Amberlynn's lying about it to everyone to keep them stuck there on the farm. It was a conspiracy theory. Now it's a conspiracy fact. Okay, that's the evolution of this. Okay, I have some. Let me copy this over. I apologize. This is very unprofessional for me. Okay. Everyone knows I am the most professional, besides Mr. Snowflake. He's more professional than I am. But besides that guy, I am the most professional. All right, I do have a thingy here. Okay. So Emily says, but I deserved it, right? Megan trying to kill me? I deserved that. No, you didn't. Oh my God, Emily. You literally fucking said that. No, I didn't. I said you pushed Megan, didn't you? I should have never said that. In my brain, I remembered what you said about Jade. Since I was angry, I wanted to say it back to you, and I shouldn't have. I regret it. I take full accountability. Do you want me to call my mom? Because I will call her right now. She said she's awake. Unless you want to talk about this in person calmly. Yep, you can tell her I'm kicking you out because you took a chunk of skin out of my arm. I didn't want to yell at me. I didn't want you to yell at me and vice versa. Oh my God, Emily, what the fuck? Exactly. What the actual fuck? I'm calling her now. No answer. Mom, there is no God. There is no God in this situation to come help you. Mom is not coming. It's over. One time you paid. Even then, I ended up paying for everything but the fucking flight. You are an idiot. Just for the casino, I paid $1,000. Amberlynn, big fan of the casino. She's a whale, apparently, dropping $1,000 in donos. Big support. Thank you, Amberlynn. You never paid me back for the shit after you promised you would. Fuck off. Leave me alone. I want nothing to do with you. I don't care about anything you have to say. I've never been more done in my life. Okay. Let's fucking go. You didn't have to spend shit at the casino. That was your choice. Go find another Colleen. And she says, I never will. Leave me the fuck alone. I hate you. You broke me. All while I was trying to love you. You fucking destroyed me. All because I wanted to call you. I didn't do shit to you. You are the one who needs help. Dude, my theory has always been with like lesbian relationships in particular, but basically any relationship that's like this is like, if you're like a fucking welfare recipient and you have no job, you get really bored and you don't have any like problems in your life. You're just like sitting there dying and you're like, shit, I'm fucking bored. So then you get into a relationship and you make that your job where you're just like constantly filling, like patching in the holes of the ship that's like sinking as you're sailing it. And that's like just how you keep yourself busy. Is you get into fights with your fat fuck girlfriend about casino trips and shit. She says, you're the one who needs help. You belittle me. You cuss at me. You say awful things to me. You hang up on me. You block me. You treat me like garbage. You're never there for me. You do nothing for me. You never show that you care about me. You only say bad things about me. To which she says, you're fucking delusional. Name shit that shows you care about me. Okay, I want to know. This is the camel that broke the straw's back. I'm literally hurt so much. Well, how the turns have tabled, Amberlynn. Is she the camel? What is that implying? After this came out, Amberlynn tried to show proof that her side of the story by reading from her journal, LOL. So Amberlynn broke out. She's like a chronic journaler. Amberlynn has like no redeeming qualities. She's the most annoying fucking cunt that's ever fucking lived. And I honestly, I hate her. She's insipid. If there was anybody on the planet that embodied the word insipid, it's Amberlynn. She has no interesting qualities, no interesting hobbies, nothing interesting to say ever. She talks, words come out, they mean nothing. She is pasty white, and you know what she eats? And if I was 700 pounds and gave up on life, I'd be eating some fucking pizza. I'd be eating some good ass cheese on the reg. I'd wake up, I'd fry my bacon, I'd get some nice cheese and spread it on a bagel. That was, okay, look, I would eat well, is what I'm trying to say. You know what Amberlynn eats to get to 700 pounds? Bags of plain white rice. She binge eats plain white rice. She eats an entire Chinese village worth of rice every fucking day. That's what she eats. That's what's worth incarcerating her body in a fat prison is worth to her. Plain white rice. She is insipid inside and out. The most boring fucking person. And her hobby is journaling. She spends hours taking pens and drawing little calendars and organizational charts and all these fucking books she buys, and she never does anything with them. You know why? Because she doesn't do anything. How the fuck do you journal when you don't fucking do anything? If you're like the president of the United States, you probably have a lot to say in your memoirs. If you're a fat bitch who just sits and eats plain white rice all goddamn day, what the fuck do you journal about? Today I woke up and I wasted my life again and ate plain white rice and was fat and looked at internet drama videos and scowled at them as I did. I watched Mr. Snowflake and he talked to me in a condescending British manner about what an insipid fat cunt I am. And that's it. You can sum up your entire day in a paragraph. What the fuck are you journaling for? Anyways, apparently Emily has made a video of Amberlynn having a BPD meltdown, which Amberlynn is terrified of coming out. Amberlynn deleted all the videos she's made about Emily and put out a community note saying that Emily didn't do nothing and is not a feeder. Why can't I get that respect? I need people to come out and stop calling me a feeder, okay? Josh didn't do anything and he's not a feeder. That's what I want to see on pages on the internet across multiple social media sites, blogs. I want it on the front page of Liz Fong Jones's personal website, okay? Josh didn't do nothing and he's not a feeder. Just like roll out the fucking banners, okay? Likely, she made a deal with Emily so the video wouldn't be released. And there's more to it, but it's just fat girl drama. So we'll cap it off there, chat.
Thank you for watching this clip. This is the CAC. Remember to like and subscribe.